What's up, my comic book fanatics? This is Chris, and this is my channel, We Love Comics. Thank you for taking the time to check out this video. As you can see, we have a different background today. Lucky us, over the weekend, we had... Oh, first our cat's going to make a little debut. We ended up with the weather, because we live in New York, and there was negative 10 degrees. We ran out of heating oil, and one of our pipes burst, which basically flooded our living room, at least part of it, and... we don't have access to it for the moment until we can get it repaired, which they can't repair it until tomorrow, Monday. So I'm going to be doing my little comic book showing here in this spot for the time being. So I apologize that the camera might not seem as steady as normal. So this is just a temporary situation. So we're all right, but just wanted to let everybody know. That's why I haven't made a video in a couple of days. It's been interesting. So the good thing is we're getting a bunch of comics that I've been waiting for. Some of them I've been waiting for as long as over 3 weeks. I actually have enough comics that I've ordered, and I got the pre-orders coming, that I can make videos without making one purchase within the next 2 or 3 weeks. So with that being said, let me show a couple that got in today. Without that, let's get it going. Alright, so the first one we have is a variant issue. I showed the original one a couple of days ago, which was The Dying and the Dead, issue 1 by Image Comics. This is the Ghost variant. I got this one in the mail right here. I don't know if you could see it. There's a little bit of a dent, which I was really upset about because, you know, they said it was near mint, but they ended up giving me a refund, so it ended up I got this for free. So can't complain about that, but show the comic. I mean, this is one of the plainest variants I've seen, but I figured I originally paid only $6 for it anyway. So for free, it could be as plain as it wants. Alright, another one that I'm taking the chance on. I haven't seen this yet. This is another Image comic. This is called Nameless. This is the CBLDF variant version. Seems like Image has a lot of kind of plain looking comic book covers these days. I guess, as they say, less is more. So I remember back in the 90s when the Image comics, I mean, I'm sure if you collected in the 90s, you know what I'm talking about, how wild they were. But this is definitely a more mature kind of look. Alright, this one I picked up. This is Amazing Spider-Man number 14. This is the variant edition. This pretty much is the conclusion of the Spider-Verse series. As you can see, this book is meant to be sideways. Or does it? Doesn't matter. But this is the variant edition. Alright, this one, the next 3 I won on eBay for a total of $3 for all 3. And free shipping. So the first one is Jack Kirby's Secret Saga number 0, the gold edition. That was one of the biggest things in the late 80s, early 90s. They started doing a lot of gold edition covers and all fancy different covers and everything, and I think that's pretty much what killed it. But considering these next 3 books, I paid basically $1 a piece. I can just imagine, in the 90s this went for about $75 to $85 right off the bat. So, getting it for $1, can't complain. And there's the back. Next one. Again, I paid $1 for the deal. This is Nick Fury, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. number 1. Obviously, this isn't the Silver Age one. This was back in the 80s where they tried to restart the title. Very good condition for this book. And it's a Steranko cover. Doesn't look like the same as his original ones back in the 60s, but still can't complain for $1. Alright. I showed the graded Shazam number 1. This is Shazam number 2. As you could see, there's a couple of breakage points on the top, but the rest of it, and as you can see, a little couple of breakage points there, but no rolling of the spine or anything like that. Weird cover. I mean, you have the comic strip part of Shazam, Captain Marvel, and then you have real kids popping out of the actual book. That's the cover. Kind of weird, but And that's issue number 2. That was back in the 70s. Alright, the rest are all Silver Age books. This one is All American Men of War, number 26. Hard to read that. 10-cent issue, which means this was before, I think, about 1963. I think this was from 1958, I'm not sure. Nothing majorly special about it, but for the price I paid for it, I thought it was a nice pickup. Okay, this one you saw, and it showed how long it took. When I did the video on how to win on eBay, this was the book I actually won and bid on. So it shows how long it took because of the weather and the snowstorms. This is Captain America issue number 107. A little bit of breakage here, not major, a little bit there. Edges look good, spine intact. So for the price I paid, obviously you guys saw it if you saw the video, and if you haven't, you could watch it. Thought that was a cool one. The next one, this is Hawkman, issue number 7. This one's in pretty decent condition. They had some weird characters back in the 60s. I mean, obviously there's a lot of famous characters that came out of the 60s, but as you could see, especially the villains, they were running out of ideas after a while. So basically men with crocodile suits. I'm sure that would be realistic. But as you can see, the cover's intact. Everything's nice and smooth. This is probably at least an 8 to an 8.5 grade. I mean, I'd have to check the inside to see the rest, but still got the gloss. Looks great. Alright, this one, the bottom staple is detached from the cover, which is disappointing. And as you can see, there's a date stamp, but this is Hawkman number 6. Other than that, this is a really good book as far as condition is concerned, so it's disappointing that that happened. That's unfortunately, that can happen sometimes when people try and put these comics in the bags too quickly. They bend them and they try and push them down. That's why a lot of times you'll see just the bottom staple tear, because they'll angle it in, or they'll go in this direction, and it'll separate from the staple. So that's something people really need to be careful about. Alright, 3 more to go. This is Hawkman number 5. As you can see, I got this as a set. I used to have Hawkman number 2, but that was one of the ones that got stolen from me. And again, as you can see, I mean, this is, because as far as condition-wise, the colors, they just pop. I mean, you're talking a book from the mid to late 60s. As you can see, I mean, it's still got the gloss to it. And I'm really happy with the condition of this book. But again, weird villains. Alright, 2 more to go. This one, unfortunately, it's got a rip there on the page, but this is Hawkman number 3, so now this is the earliest Hawkman I have. But other than that, again, as you can see, the spine is great. A little bit here, a little bit along the edge, top a little bit there, but other than that, and that's the major part, unfortunately, but other than that, it's a pretty decent book. So that's issue number 3. And the last one for the day. This was one that was also stolen from me that I managed to get back. It's not in the it's not in better condition for the one I had, but very close. But as people know, I love collecting the Avengers. This, as of now, is the earliest Avengers I have. This is Avengers number 5. I'll tell you, I was really disappointed. I loved collecting the Avengers, but why they would change such an amazing cast. I mean, you're talking Thor, you have Hulk, you have a cat, you have Captain America, you have Iron Man, and then all of a sudden, issue 16, they change it. I don't know why they did that, but, you know, to each their own. I wasn't around the 60s, so I don't know what the people thought about it, but this was such a great lineup, and that's why you see in the movies, they're showing basically this original lineup, not the newer stuff. And I think after the mid-60s, when they had, like, the Vision, Black Panther, and a whole bunch of other people, it just, once Captain America left, I mean, even when I was collecting older stuff, I had no interest in collecting those later issues. Just a weird way that they changed it up. But again, this was a book that was stolen from me. I used to have Avengers 2, 3, 4, 5, and 8. And this was one of the ones that got stolen from me, so it's nice to have that back. This one's in a little bit less condition. Like you can see, there's some damage there. There's a crease here. So this is a mid-range. You can see there's a little bit of breakage there, but not a bad overall. I mean, it's not torn to shreds or anything like that, so I'd say this is probably a 5.5 grade, most likely. But considering it was one that I used to have, it's nice just for the nostalgic reasons. So that's it for this week, or today. As usual, if you appreciate it, give it a thumbs up. That always helps sharing my channel. And leave your comments. We always love to hear what you have to say. Let's keep the dialogue going. And don't forget, guys, that contest, no one's won it yet. There have not been many people participating in it. I know it's a little work, but, you know, sometimes you can't get something for nothing. So, I mean, the worst thing is to get a bunch of free comic books is to just answer some questions. I mean, I did it originally to make it fun, so that contest is still open. So somebody could still win, and don't forget, even if you did the questions and you ended up not getting them all right, you could still do the video. So I have 2 people that made videos, and they have about 300 views. If they get to 500, one of them will win, so you do get 2 chances. So hopefully you guys, especially if you're new and you don't know about that contest, check it out. It was about a week ago. It's still open, so somebody can still win. So thanks for watching, guys. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I will talk to you soon.